Good day to you, brothers and sisters in Christ. This is the Remnant Seed Bible Study channel. Welcome. Here is wisdom. Count the number of his name. I want to show you what the wisdom is, the wisdom that you need to absorb into your mind, and actually what Revelation 13:18 is speaking about. What is the wisdom being spoken about here? And the Greek cipher is Khee Xee Stigma. All right, let's go to Revelation 13:18, and we'll just read this. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count, phasos, the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And so it's your Strong's Greek number 5516. This is where you find see, there's no numbers in the Greek, and so you have to get it through gematria, through the numbers of the alphabet. And it's an abbreviation for 666, okay? And 666, the 22nd, 14th, and the obsolete letter stigma as a cross of the Greek alphabet, intermediate between the 5th and the 6th. Used as numbers denoting respectively 600, 60, and 6. 666 as a numeral, 600, threescore, and 6. And you can look at the Greek stigma. But it's Khee Xee Stigma, and this is the cipher, the Greek cipher behind this. And I'm going to take you through here, and I'm going to try to explain what the wisdom is that's being spoken of here. And if you don't have this wisdom, beloved, you're not going to understand the chronology of the second coming of Christ. It's all about the chronology of Christ. Christ comes at the 777, seventh seal, trump, and vial. And Satan, the de jure Satan in person, comes at the 666, and that's what this entire thing is about here. This is the wisdom that you are to absorb. And I want to explain to you, show you in Isaiah 14, how Satan has done this before, and this is what he wants. He wants to sit in the throne of God, and he would never let a mere man take this role from him. So this is a de jure Satan being cast to the earth in this role when he stands in the holy place and claims to be God. And this happens before the true Messiah shows up, beloved. Isaiah 14:16, and they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble and that did shake kingdoms? And this is talking about Satan in his proxy role from heaven. He is that powerful, even from heaven. And beloved, he's called a man here. And we all know, everybody knows that Satan is not a man. And also the angel Gabriel is called a man, beloved. He's called a man, but we know he's not a man. Gabriel means man of God, but Gabriel is an angel, just like Satan. Satan was the anointed cherub, okay? And he originally covered the mercy seat of God until pride was found in his heart and he thought he could do it better than God. He tried to steal the kingdom away from God, and he's getting ready to do it again. This is the whole point of the wisdom being spoken of here, okay? And then in verse 12, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, which means bright morning star. Everything about him, he's an imposter. It's all found in the word anti, okay? Anti is instead of, imposter. And this all is brought forth, laid out for you, beloved. Look, he's even called Lucifer, which means bright morning star, but he's not the bright morning star. He's nothing but a loser. Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which did weakens the nations? This is it's being said here. He's going to be cast out of heaven to the ground, to the earth. And this is going to be his final role of this earth age. And what does it mean to count the number of his name? And whose name are we talking about here? It's Satan's name. And the wisdom spoken of here is found within the cipher of 666. The wisdom is in the fact that this beast, who is none other than Satan, will stand in a holy place and claim to be God at the 666 seal, trump, and vial. And here, the verses below I'm going to give to you. We've already went through these the seals, trumps, and vials in a previous video, beloved. And I'll just show you the 6 seal, trump, and vial again here. And these are the verses to confirm this, and it's so very important fact that many overlook, okay? And I don't want you to overlook this. I want you to absorb this. The first seal in the counting of the 7 seals tells us that Satan will be riding a white horse, just like Jesus Christ. And this is of the utmost importance, and that's why it's the first seal. And Satan appears at the 6th seal, trump, and vial before the true Christ. And this is the wisdom being spoken of in Revelation 13. And so look, Christ even tells you about this in the Sermon on the Mount. He calls him the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing where he ought not it. And let him that readeth understand. This is the wisdom that you're supposed to absorb from Revelation 13. And this is also spoken of in 2 Thessalonians 2:4, where he stands in the holy place. This is the abomination of desolation. This is Satan standing in the holy place, claiming to God. This all ties together, and it fits together just like a glove, beloved. And you got the 6th seal in Revelation 6:12. And when he had opened the 6th seal, lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and moon became as blood. And the stars of heaven fell to the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs. Now we're talking about Satan with his fallen angels in Revelation 12:7 and 9 being cast to the earth. And all hell breaks loose in the spiritual realm, beloved. This is Satan coming in peacefully and prosperously, telling the whole world he's going to fix all their problems. And this is when he's going to claim to be God. And he's going to want you to worship him. And do not do it. And he got the 6th trump. Revelation 9:13. The 6th angel sounded. And I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar, which is before God, saying to the 6th angel which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which were bound at the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour a day and a month and a year, for to slay the 3rd part of men. And basically, he's going to deceive so many people at this time, beloved. I'm not going to read all these verses. I'll let you read them for the sake of time. I want to get through this, so I keep your attention. Okay, and then it goes on to explain how the true Christ will appear after this in this particular trump. Okay, now let's go to the 6th vial. And the 6th angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water therefore was dried up, and the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, who is at this point in time, beloved, he is on the earth, and that's what this is telling you. This is the 6th vial being poured out on the earth right now. And I'll let you read that. And he gathered them together into a place in the Hebrew tongue called Armageddon. And this is right before the 7th trump sounds, beloved. Okay, now we go to 1 Corinthians 15:52. And in the moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, which is the 7th trump, the trumpet shall sound, the dead in Christ shall be raised incorruptible, and we all shall be changed at that moment. And this is the 7th seal, trump, and vial. And this is after the 666 seal, trump, and vial. Okay, now to explain 1 Corinthians 15, both the quick and the dead will be raised at this time, or resurrected at the last trump, which is the 7th seal, trump, and vial. When you have gained the wisdom spoken of in Revelation 13:18, you will be made aware of the chronology of the second coming. Antichrist at the sixth seal, trump, and vial, and Jesus Christ at the seventh seal, trump, and vial. And beloved, it's just that simple. It's all laid out for you. It's so easy. A little kid could understand this. And I don't understand how these rapture teachers can twist this around and make Christ come back at the 666 and 6 and Satan come back at 777. It's because they haven't absorbed the wisdom that you should have absorbed before the fact. Okay? And that's the wisdom being spoken of here in Revelation 13. Count the number of his name. Another important fact is this will be a de jure personal appearance of Satan, and not a man possessed by Satan. There's not a man on earth that can fulfill this role. It's Satan in person who will stand in the holy place and claim to be God. Now look, I'm going to explain this to you. This should make it very simple to understand, because the English rendering of this is a little sawed up, but it's apparent in the Greek if you understand the totality of Scripture. Paul makes the point of showing us the difference between a proxy Satan and his evil spirit and a personal de jure Satan in 2 Thessalonians 2:7. For the mystery of iniquity does already work in the world today. Only he who now will let until he be taken out of the way. Now let's explain this. The way in which Paul words this makes it very clear there's a difference between a proxy Satan and a de jure Satan. The mystery of iniquity is Satan's evil spirit at work in the world today since the beginning of time. His evil spirit is hidden to many, and that's why he calls it the mystery of iniquity, because it's hidden to most people. And it's a proxy Satan, causing his evil spirit to bring about havoc in the world today, beloved. The second half of the verse is speaking about where Satan is being held while the mystery of iniquity is at work in the world today. And Satan is not here in person on the earth, beloved, and if he was, you would know it, okay? He's not here. He's in heaven. He's being held by Michael. Only he, referring to this verse, is a reference to Michael, who is holding Satan in heaven at this moment. And who now letteth will let is referring to Michael holding Satan until he be taken out of the way is referring to Michael kicking Satan out of heaven to earth in person. And it's a reference to Revelation 12:7-9. When Satan and his angels, there's a war in heaven, and there's a fight between Michael and his angels, and Satan and his angels. And Satan gets his butt kicked out of heaven to earth. And this is when he stands in the holy place. This is not rocket science, beloved. As you can see, there's a big difference between a proxy Satan and a de jure Satan. Okay? You got the abomination of desolation. And this is so plain. This is just plain as day, beloved. Okay? It's all right here. I've given you these verses already in a previous video. So now let's get through this. Satan is called a man in many places in the Bible. He's also called a beast. The hallmark and the number of man are also 6. The subject here is Satan and his reign on earth in person after being cast out of heaven with his fallen angels, as Revelation 12:9 states. It's also important to recognize the identity of the smooth stones as well, because they are in full operation in the world today. There are no numbers in the Greek language, so this number is taken from the Greek cipher in the first and the last letters in the Greek word Christos. The third Greek letter in this cipher looks like a serpent, and that is just one more clue as to who this is. Both the Hebrew and the Greek language have no numbers, and they have numerical values written in the alphabet, and this is in the Greek, it's called gematria. Again, the Antichrist appears at the 6th seal, 6th trump, and the 6th vial, And the analogy given here is to count the number of his name to determine the chronology of his casting down or his return to the earth in person. This order is given by the number of his name, that is 666. The order of Jesus Christ's return is 777. And he's also representative of the number 7, and the number 6 is also representative of Satan. This is the wisdom you need to absorb, beloved. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to determine that 666 comes before 777. Therefore, by counting the number of his name, you also count the stones worn smooth over a long period of time. We're able to see the methodology of Satan from his beginning. Jesus Christ is our rock and not Satan. The analogy of the stones as they are given in the Greek tongue is the biggest clue as in this very important subject in determining the chronology of Christ's return and the chronology of Satan's entrance into the earth in person. The stones worn smooth over a long period of time are symbolic of the seed line of Satan, Satan's children, the Kenites, or the sons of Cain. Their method of operation is evident throughout the Word of God God if you have the key of David and you're able to follow these smooth stones. Christ told us that many are unaware of who these smooth stones are, and their identity will only be given to those who are given the hidden manna to partake of. And this is the mystery of iniquity, beloved. Many are so unaware of the fact that Satan has a seed line on this earth doing his bidding, and they're preparing the world for Satan's entrance right now. And Philadelphia and Smyrna were the only two churches who taught these smooth stones and who they were. And they were able to count the number of Satan's name. And here is the wisdom. Okay? If you're not in one of these two churches, you're in a false church. They are found in Revelation 2:9 and 3:9. These two churches will be kept from the hour of temptation because they have this wisdom spoken of in Revelation 13. And that is the 5-month period Satan will make his final push to make himself ruler of the world. He will almost deceive the entire world, beloved. Okay, and there you have it. Beloved, don't make the mistake of thinking that this entrance of the Antichrist as Jesus Christ is going to be proxy. There ain't no way Satan is going to let anybody perform this role. He wants to sit in the throne of God personally. And don't let some false teacher, especially these false rapture teachers, and I got one in particular that he's actually teaching this is a proxy Satan, a man possessed by Satan's evil spirit. And there is no way. Paul made it very clear between the difference between a proxy Satan, his evil spirit possessing people, and the real Satan, the anointed cherub being cast to the earth in person. And man, when he is cast to the earth, he is going to deceive so many people. Make no mistake about it. So anyway, that's the end of this lecture, beloved. And we'll see you on the next one. And much love from me to you.